What many call addiction is often not an obsession with food, but an attachment to relief in a life that feels understimulated. There is a kind of hunger that has nothing to do with an empty stomach. It appears in moments that feel flat, muted, unfinished. Moments where life seems to lack texture, where the senses grow quiet, where something essential feels absent without having a name. This hunger is easily misunderstood. It is often framed as weakness, lack of control, emotional eating, or compulsive behavior. Yet food is rarely the true object of desire. Food is simply where the longing finds expression, because food works. It offers sensation, comfort, rhythm. It brings the body back into the present moment. Boredom is not a trivial state. Beneath it lives a subtle dissatisfaction, a quiet grief for unlived depth. A longing for intensity, color, meaning, aliveness. Boredom arises when the nervous system and the soul are both asking for more life than they are receiving. Taste becomes a doorway. Sweetness softens the edges. Fat grounds the body. Chewing slows the breath. The nervous system settles. For a moment, awareness returns to the body. For a moment, the world feels vivid again. From a spiritual perspective, this pattern is not a character flaw. It is sensitivity. Some people are wired to perceive life deeply, and therefore they notice immediately when life becomes thin. They are not asking for too much. They are responding accurately to an inner lack of nourishment. Food then becomes a ritual, almost a sacrament, a way of returning to presence, a way of soothing an overextended nervous system and awakening a starved sensory field. The calm that arrives while eating is real. It is not imagined, but it is temporary, because the original hunger was never meant to be satisfied by taste alone. Suffering begins not with eating, but with asking food to carry the weight of meaning. In this light, addiction is not about excess. It is about misplacement. A natural longing has attached itself to the nearest available source of relief, not out of failure, but out of intelligence trying to survive in a life that feels undernourished on deeper levels. Spiritually speaking, boredom is not an enemy to be eliminated. It is a messenger. It points toward unused energy, unexpressed creativity, unlived truth. It asks for movement, for expression, for participation in something that feels alive and significant. When boredom is constantly silenced through consumption, life slowly contracts. Not because pleasure is wrong, but because pleasure has been given too much responsibility. Maturity does not ask for denial, it asks for balance. Pleasure is meant to accompany a meaningful life, not compensate for the absence of one. The stillness that appears while eating points toward a deeper stillness that becomes available when emptiness is allowed to exist without immediate filling. Not through discipline or control, but through listening, through curiosity, through willingness to remain present with the question rather than rushing toward an answer. What if boredom is sacred space? What if it is the pause where something deeper waits to emerge? As awareness grows, the focus shifts, not toward restriction, but toward expansion, toward discovering multiple sources of nourishment for the nervous system, the senses, and the soul. When life begins to offer richness in many forms, food is freed. It can return to what it was always meant to be, a joy, a pleasure, a gift. The deepest hunger humans carry is not for sweetness or comfort. It is for aliveness, for engagement, for a felt sense of meaning. When that hunger is honored, urgency softens, the body relaxes, and eating becomes an act of presence rather than escape. Perhaps the path forward is not restraint, but a fuller participation in life itself.